So all I can say right now is that today, in the past 12, 16 hours, was a day of a lot of swerving that I now have to do, but that's all I need to say for that, because this is actually a Juri video, and that message that I put out on my channel meant that I was, for some reason, I was recording Mimi. And this is Juri in June, but as we get, I think that was Knight Errant on Cthulhu. I'm going absolutely crazy. I swear I'm not tired, but I guess I am tired. Yeah, let's set things up. So, there's more that I could say, but I'll say it after the timestamp here, because it's more important to this channel than World of Horror. But as we get into Cthulhu Knight Errant, yeah, I did not also get to, I also did not get to upload the custom content I wanted to, because I made mistakes. Strength, Light, Dexterity, Second Mystery, Charisma, maybe a second encounter check. And also, as we continue with this Juri filler series, just making sure I'm gonna build into Strength, but yeah, for this series, I will slowly incorporate custom content and then move on to perm, but at least for the first few episodes, because again, these filler episodes are going to be sparse if I do a lot of other content, then yeah, I will slowly move on to custom content, probably right after this episode, because the next episode probably won't come for a few days, depending on how I get my schedules going for this channel and other stuff I'm doing in real life. Kana, Metamorphosis, Vigil, Ramen, Arms. I need a weapon, but Kana functions just as well. So, immediate, I think immediate checkbook is usually the play, right? Question mark? I guess we're gonna find out. No, because we need the army knife, but we can checkbook again and off we go. I feel like, well, what is it? No, yeah, checkbook is still, I'm going I don't even remember how much prepared gives. I think it's 2 dooms per 1 fun. I swear I'm not tired. It's just me going crazy. But as we continue on, and we're on a fake ill-fated run. School max threat level, downtown high, max threat level village, and we have, I don't remember my mysteries. Oh my sweet goodness, I am going absolutely insane. But just quick 10-second explanation. Basically, I learned things recently in real life, and my situation is going to be wonky, so I'll let you know if anything really serious happens, but otherwise, we're going to be here doing my best, at least in terms of base world of horror knowledge. Checkbook is normally going to be okay to use if prepare is actually... I swear checkbook is still better than prepare. You still want to use Doom sparingly, because the horror progress, getting a weapon and not leveling up is not good. So, that's all I'll say on that. Otherwise, I don't think this is bonus damage. We're still going to pop this, but we want to do our best to hope that our attacks hit. Yeah, because being in this encounter, being with the apartment stalker for any longer than 2 turns, is a lot of stamina damage regardless. And this is with Kana with us, so that would have been 6 stamina as opposed to 4 stamina. There are often a lot of encounters where, based on the HP damage combination, so really 24 plus HP and the enemy deals 2 damage is going to be painful. Old gods forbid an enemy does 3 like that stalker does, but again, we had Kana, so it's not as bad. But with Kana, with Kana, it's not as bad. Without Kana, you don't really want to be there, and in fact, because that status effect that the stalker gives you lasts the whole mystery, yeah, if you run into a ghost, it's been a while since I ran into a ghost. Have I ever run into a ghost with concussion? I feel like, I probably would have if I didn't run away, because usually I run away from the apartment stalker, but not that the apartment stalker isn't bad. I don't remember how much experience exactly. 12 experience, is not great for the amount of damage you usually take, but you get a baseball bat that you can throw at enemies, so that's that's balanced enough if you're willing to take the HP damage to the face, or you're a combat-oriented character. Either one will do, but let's level up and move on. So we'll take Elusive here. On a normal Juri Harbinger run, I don't often like taking the Doom perks. If I didn't mention it in the last episode, I'll mention it again here. It feels really, really bad when you take a Doom perk and then your horror progress just cuts off before you're going to level up, which is not very good. You want to avoid that. Now, if you're building into, say, knowledge in this case, and you are using a knowledge weapon, feel free. It's not a bad decision, but I don't recall... I think at best you get an attack boost out of 2 or 3 knowledge weapons. I don't remember the base stats off the top of my head. And if you're on a random item stat run, I guess you're just hoping that the stats fluctuate for you. But as we hope to gamble on pretty much a 50-50 here, because yeah, we would have needed to hit 20% 2 times in a row. At this point, though, might throw the baseball bat. I guess we're gonna find out. So, no, I'm just gonna be safe and brace again. Who am I kidding? So talking about the Mimi mess up really quickly as I autopilot through this, I did basically mess up a recording. In that recording, I didn't even math correctly. So again, I say I'm not tired, but maybe I actually am more tired than I seem. If you're wondering what I'm doing, it's I now have to swerve on game development. I was still working on Little Kitten, even though that has been slowed to a crawl because I was looking around at what I should and should not be doing, basically. And so just that's the game development point. On the channel front, along all the other trying to plays that I've made, if you haven't seen those videos, we need a rest here, by the way. I was thinking about doing something else until, again, I recently learned information, and now I have to do a big swerve, and we'll see what happens in the next month or two, basically. So that's enough about the channel. On to the boss. So, we get to lower horror progress by 2. Unfortunately, we take this hit in the face, and we're gonna gamble on 60%. Why did my thing increase? Cthulhu, right? Yeah. Reason increase. Losing reason raises doom. And Peter Piker. I already messed up. -2 all means reason means Cthulhu because Cthulhu. So I completely forgot. I was like, why did my horror progress increase? Anyway. Well, it's nice that I hit that. I probably should have just braced, but it's too late now. The alternative action there would be to brace, kick into a baseball bat throw for a desperate struggle turn, and take less damage. That didn't happen, though, so off we go. We might have to just be happy with 4 levels, if we even get there. So, yeah, not really much else to say at the moment. Off we go. Into Vigil, Ramen, Arms, Arms. Then we'll take Vigil next. Vigil's a longer mystery, so we're hoping that our horror progress doesn't reach its max before we level up again. Period. That's the end of the sentence. I was trying to make sure that I was picking the guaranteed experience. Although we lose stamina, guaranteed experience. We'll take strength again, and we'll be happy with 8 strength. If we don't get enough, or if we get an injury and lose strength, fine, I guess. But I would like to avoid that circumstance. When the horror does catch up to us, though, I will consider using the checkbook for cigarettes. That's a me-specific thing to do. I would not advise that. Because usually, not usually. If you're scared about Doom, using checkbook to get a pack of cigarettes will be very bad on a Doom-heavy run. However, if you're fighting like 1 or 2 bosses back-to-back, the pack of cigarettes should save you 2 to 3 HP minimum. I'm trying to remember because I calculated this at one point, and yeah, there's the thing, by the way. So literally all that happened was Doom increased by 2, but as we actually get that event, we can actually use the checkbook twice and hope for a pack of cigarettes. I use it twice because out of funds, and the cigarettes can sometimes cost like 5. So, we'll grab that pack. I think we can sell the baseball bat too. And in fact, I'm going to tree for funds here. I mean, sure. Why not, right? But I will grab another pack of cigarettes, and we will hold on here. I might actually have to burn it here, because yeah, we don't have enough stamina. Well, into a ghost encounter we go. Not that I can do much here. In fact, we actually have to run, so off we go. But we will smoke the cigarettes here regardless, because we never know, right? Timeline B. But as long as we don't get another stack of brain damage, we can still survive this run. It might get a little close, though. So, Vigil to Ramen. Don't foresee anything fighting. Don't foresee a lot of fights soon. But we'll see. So, and the reason I say that is because we fought the Twisted Corpse in the apartment. So, something I haven't talked about as much, or a specific circumstance, is that, so I just fought the Twisted Corpse in the apartment at the end of the last mystery. This means that when I go into Ramen, which starts with 3 apartment investigations, I should not be fighting an enemy for at least 2 of those investigations. That's all I really have to say. Do I want to gamble here, by the way? No, I want to brace. Who am I kidding? So yeah, and that's specifically because of the what I haven't said it for a while, I'll say it again. So basically, all events you can treat like a deck of cards, or all locations you can treat like a deck of cards with events and enemies inside them. I should have just prep attack. I'm autopiloting too much. But there's a specific rule that World of Horror follows in that you're not going to run into an enemy twice in a row in the same location. So, for example, if you run into the apartments and you run into the Twisted Corpse, you should not be fighting anything in the apartments for another 2 investigations at least. And on the 3rd investigation is the earliest possible moment. You can treat this as like a game master for a TRPG, drawing a deck of cards for, an event for a player, and maybe they run into 2 bad events back to back. The GM decides they're not going to give you a bad event 2 times in a row. So that's kind of the equivalent here. In World of Horror's case, it's that it's that you can't fight 2 enemies in the same location twice in a row. Now, you can fight a more generic enemy, for example, the Glitch Magician twice back to back. So if you run into the Twisted Corpse, and then right after that you investigate and you run into the Glitch Magician, that can happen. If you visit another location and say fight the Dream Eater in the forest, that can happen right after fighting the Twisted Corpse. Because again, if you treat them both like a deck of cards, the rule is that you can't fight 2 enemies back to back in the same location. Also my reason. But as we move on here, I don't think I have a brace available, right? Almost sneezed. Yeah, do I want to gamble on a strong here? I don't think I get anything else anyway. No, so I'm just gonna prep attack. Next turn, I'll probably trade 2 stamina for 1 reason, just to kind of play it safe, but most of the time I'm losing 2 reason. 2 reason through failing an event anyway. But what other recourse do I have, right? So, Desperate Struggle, Desperate Prep Strong. Something really funny that I did on my failed recording, by the way, was that I was using a base 4 damage weapon, and I did Desperate Struggle, and I thought I was going to do 16 damage. That's not how it works. I was doing math wrong, so... but let's heal up our reason, and into our last mystery we go. 78% Doom. We could survive. Now, keep note here, if I run into an apartment enemy, just yell at me that I was lying for, like, the whole lifespan of World of Horror's release. But... would be nice if that wasn't the case. We're gonna smoke the other pack now. Should have grabbed the katana, but we weren't gonna run into another enemy anyway. Yeah, so katana this time. Black hair, we'll just carry it, although we're not gonna find anything. And I don't think I like having 8 strength because my stamina is low now, but I will still gamble on these. Yeah. That was a bad gamble, but we need to not take any more Doom damage because I do not remember my second encounter. That being said, if I roll a 12, wasn't going to matter how high my stats are. I really should have grabbed the painkillers, but I have Cauterize, and I think I will grab the painkillers just to be safe. So, store the black hair. We don't need to use it. And since we don't have random item stats, there's no way that black hair sells for anything. Unless I'm wrong, but... this, on the other hand, makes me a bit sad. So, wait, katana. We're using katana. I'm going absolutely insane. Never mind. I was like, why is it so slow? Because katana! Yeah, 29 health. Anywho. And now we're on encounter lockout in the locations. So, shrug. I could use Cauterize here. No reason to do that, really. So, I probably could have grabbed the thing. Oh, that's right. We're on Night Errant as well. I was like, what backstory am I on? Just saw I failed them plus 6 Doom. But, anywho. Yeah, off we go. I don't remember my second encounter. Do we have this second encounter check? No, we don't. So, hey, we should be able to survive this run, question mark. Light, Charisma, Dexterity. And we have 8 Strength. So, off we go. And we have the painkillers just in case with Cauterize, but it's Doom I'm scared of here. So, second mystery was after Kana. I don't remember what it was for some reason. But I'll just look at the things and cheat and find out. So, the decisions we have. Although, on a tangent note, you just have to take me at my word that I'm not somehow writing notes in the background. But, I think I did Arms into Metamorphosis, actually. No. I did Metamorphosis into Arms, because I was like, oh, then Vigil into Ramen. Which means apartment investigations. Hey, commentating and yapping on helped me remember that. That being said, this is a closer run than needed to be. So, hey, at least I survived a run, though, which, yeah, my win rate on Harbinger isn't that high. But yeah, without further ado, next episode, or next video should be either just actually me patching my custom content, or something that I've done before, but I think it's been updated. But yeah, without further ado, not really much else to say. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!